Hi guys, welcome to my video. Today I will be talking about Cleopatra, about the feminine energy and just how to be in your most highest, most beautiful, most feminine self, okay? And to tell you guys, I'm going to also use like Cleopatra, maybe Aphrodite, like goddesses and people who were like Marilyn Monroe, you know, how they used their energy to make everyone like fall in love with them. And it's not about your looks, okay? Um I think a lot of people mistake beauty with looks or like your features or what you were born with, genetics, I guess you can say, but it's not. Let me tell you, you could feel like the most different person, the most ugliest person, the most asymmetrical person. I don't know how you say that, but you just have to figure out like how to play with your face. Okay, not like actually play with your face, but like how to make your features, your given beauty, a pop. You know what I mean? I used to think that I was like too different, or my face was like not, how do you like, conventionally attractive. I have like different features, as you can see, my nose, my mouth, my lips, you know, everything about me. Well, I guess about everyone, all of us, we all are different. But you can have a big nose, you can have tiny eyes or big eyes, you can have a big mouth or a small mouth. It doesn't matter. You can, I don't know if you would call it glamour magic, because it's not really like a spell or something that you um but I guess it is kind of like a spell or like a glamour spell. You just have to like do things with intention. I've already talked about this in my first School of Love YouTube video, and I said that you have to do everything with intention, right? But you just have to basically play around with makeup, and if you don't even want to do makeup, you can even use like skincare to make yourself more beautiful. Also, beauty comes from within. I know you guys hear that a lot, but it really, really does. You have to love yourself. You have to think that you're the most beautiful person or beautiful girl, or most handsome man, in order for other people to also believe it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure Marilyn Monroe, even though I don't know, I didn't get to know her personally, sadly, I'm almost 100% sure that she thought she was like the baddest girl, right? For her to be able to shine that way and for everyone to love her, she had to have some sort of self-love. Of course, we all have like these wounds or insecurities, but if you start to believe in yourself and that you are the most beautiful girl, like with affirmations or just doing little things, there's so many things that you can do, like even artificially, I guess. But you don't have to. You can be beautiful no matter what. You do have to be willing to put in the work every day, but if you do and you're consistent and you start to believe that you're the most beautiful girl or man, you know, handsome man, you will eventually be it. Also, you have to use your like sexuality. Like if you think about it, Marilyn Monroe, she was like, even though she wasn't like anything too like, you know, she was a little bit like, you can see her sexuality, how she would play with it, how she would use it, how she would use like her eyes, her voice, uh just the way she would dress and look, you know, like her hair, in order to to become who she became, I guess you can say. Because before she like became Marilyn Monroe, she was beautiful, but she didn't have like that thing, you know, like as how she did whenever she became Marilyn Monroe. And it's pretty easy. You just have to really get to know who you are, what best suits you, and like don't be afraid to play with things, you know, like don't be afraid to do your hair. Don't be afraid to put in like 100 in your looks, in the way you look. If you're scared to put on eyeliner, just keep trying. Try it once without being afraid. Like you can wash it off right after. You just have to try something new or something different in order to start to find who you really are. But back to the sexuality thing, you have to stop being scared of sexuality and how to and like using it, or like your seductive side, your feminine side. It's there for a reason, you know, like if we were not meant to have it, we wouldn't even have it at all. It would be like non-existent. It's there for a reason, and it's for women to use it. Just how men use their strength, or men use like their logic, because men are obviously kind of different from women. But we all have our little gifts that we can use in order to become the character that you want to be. And I say character because it kind of is like a character. It's like a character you create in your own mind. And it's not like that you have to fake it, because that character is kind of who you really are. You wouldn't want to be that person if you didn't want to be that person. You know what I mean? Like you had to be it already, or it had to be destined for you to be that person in order for you to want to be that person. So I like that's one thing I do believe in, is that your destiny is kind of already written. But how do I say it? But we also came to like change little by little. I don't know how to explain it. Like we have free will, but our will is already done. You know what I mean? Like we chose this and we are living it, and might as well do the best we can every single day, right? So yes, don't be scared to use your given, literally given sexuality. Even men, you can use it to like a lot of like these artists. I'm gonna name a few. I don't know if you get in trouble for that. I'm kind of new to YouTube, but like I don't know if you guys have heard like Rauw Alejandro. He has like this sexuality to him that makes him be who he is. You know, it makes him like powerful. And a lot of artists do, if you guys noticed. They have like this thing that you can tell, you know, and it's like this intense sexuality that they're not scared of showing or being, I guess you can say. And you shouldn't either. That's why we were given it. Of course, okay, there's a difference between using your sexuality and being like, you know, the S word or the W word. I don't know how to say it. I mean, if you are, who cares, right? If that's what you were born to be and it makes you happy, who cares, honestly? But you don't have to be, how do I say it? How do you say that word? I'ma just say it. I don't know if I'll get in trouble, but you don't have to be like, oh, okay, never mind. It sounds too intense. But you know what I mean. You know, like you can use your sexuality playfully, you can use it lightly, you can use it innocently, you can use it intensely, you can use it however you want. Okay, this is your world. You choose to do. And I know this is like kind of an off topic because I usually talk about love and like the good things, but I do believe this is a good thing too. It's just made like taboo because of the world we live in, how it's kind of ran by men. No offense to men, but they kind of, I don't know, like it's like the older men or back then men, you know, they made it seem like like owning your sexuality or owning your own life basically is wrong, and it shouldn't be wrong. We are all meant to be free, and we should be free. It's like, I know this is a bad like metaphor or a simile, or I don't know what it would even be, but like an animal, you know, like you see like the lioness, she like walks around, you know, like using her feminine power, and the male lions kind of actually like that, you know, and men like it too. Why do you think, you know, like why do you think that women who own their like femininity are very likable? You know what I mean? Like if your man tells you that you are being too like sexual or something, just don't don't fall for it, because either they want you to tone down your confidence, and I don't like to talk bad about men, because there's good men out there and I believe it with my heart, but there's some men who like to play with you, like to play with minds, and you also have to figure out what is which who is who, you know what I mean? Because not every man is the same, like I said. And I don't want you guys, I don't want to be this channel to be like being scared or being hateful or anything towards men, because if anything, I want the opposite of that. Okay, I want to find, like, not me personally, okay, this sounds horrible, but like, you know, I want there to be men who are good, you know, like that's, and I believe in my heart there is men who are good. Okay, so yeah, but anyway, off topic. Yeah, you need to own your sexuality, own your femininity, learn how to play with it, learn how to move your body, learn how to like not be so rigid already. Stop being scared, stop being embarrassed. This world, like I said, is you, and whatever you think about yourself is what everyone else is going to think about you. Okay, it's like, think about it as you know, like, would you rather someone rigid, cold, closed off, or you're someone who, you don't have to be loud, you don't have to be showy, you don't have to be anything, but you have to have like character, personality, glamour, something that says you're trying in life. You know, you're not just like a freaking, I don't know, I don't know how to say it, but you're not like a background. You're actually a human being with human emotions, with a personality, with character, with your freaking magic in you, you know? Like, show your magic. What were you given? Use it and perfect it as best you can. Feel like this world is meant for you every single day, because it is. We wouldn't be here. This morning I saw this video, and I could actually use it here. I saw this video of, I can't remember his name, but he's like this scientist guy, right? And I guess he was saying how there's like so many possibilities of a human being. So there's like, that's why there's millions of people, right? So there's like short people, big people, tall people, skinny people, you know, like that, every kind of different person, like it's like this probability outcome, you know. And he said that we're literally the lucky ones, because there's a lot of people who could have been born that weren't, you know. So we're the lucky ones, we're the ones who survived, like we're the winning sperm basically, you know. So let's make something out of this life, you know what I mean? And I say all this from the warmness of my home, but it's called manifesting. Okay, if you haven't heard of it, look it up. Just kidding. But literally, I think that the reason why I am always solitary, why maybe you can be solitary, is because you haven't found your herd yet. You know, like you haven't found your people, the ones that you align with perfectly, and you're growing to be that person. So every single day, put in the steps, extra steps if you can, to perfect what you're doing. I mean, if we're gonna live, let's live right at least, you know? Let's take advantage of this life that we have. There's people who sadly pass away when they're young or are not even born at all, who might wish to be here doing what we're doing and they can't, you know? So why not use our time wisely? You know what I mean? We have all the tools. We can be whatever we want. I know that, like, if you think that that sounds impossible, it's because you haven't met me. You didn't meet me 10 years ago, okay? Who I am now as a person is the opposite of who I was at, let's say, 15, 16 years old. I was always like this fiery person inside because I've never been like outwardly fiery, but I'm completely different, okay? The way that I look, the way that I act, the way that I speak, the way that I walk, the way that I talk, everything about me is completely different. Like, this is a person I envisioned myself one day, you know? And even though I'm not 100% there, maybe I'm like 90% there, but this is a person who I envisioned in my head one day. And me, and let me tell you something, because a lot of people think it's so hard and then they give up because they think it's so hard. I'm like the most, and I don't want to say like this because it's like negative talk kind of, but let's just say the truth. I am the most non-motivated, procrastinating, lazy, like I love to lounge kind of person, right? And if I got here, and even if it took me so many years, imagine what you could do, especially if you have discipline, especially if you have consistency, especially if you're like full of energy. Imagine what you can do if you actually put in the work into yourself instead of putting your energy into other people, into your job that doesn't even pay well, into someone who doesn't even love you, into people who don't even care about you, you know, like putting yourself, even though it might feel lonely at first, or you're like, what am I doing wrong? You know, like, why do all these people are like different than me? You know, don't care. It might be like a blessing in disguise. And so that's a way to truly become beautiful, to work on yourself, because you really, really have to work on yourself. Not hard. I'm not saying that it's going to, like, it's hard, because it's not hard work. If I could do it, you can do it, I promise. I'm pretty sure I have like ADHD undiagnosed. Seriously. So if I can do it, I know you can too. To be beautiful isn't to be a certain kind of way, okay? Because some people think that like everyone has different opinions. Some people like this kind of person, some people like that kind of person. And neither of them is wrong. That's just who they were born to be, who they were born to like. We can't get mad. We just have to become who we are and align with the people who like us, who want to be around us and stuff like that, you know? And we can all do it. You can do it. You know you have something special in you. If you didn't, you wouldn't even be watching this video. But I know that you know that there's something in you, and we all have that something. And I know that when I say that, because I don't know if it's just me, but when I used to hear that, I was like, okay, so then I'm not the main character, you know? Like, if we're all supposed to be the main characters and I'm not the main character anymore, you know? I want to be the main character, you know? But no, like, we can all be our own main character and still all have a beautiful life. You know what I mean? Like, because no one can steal the one that I want, the life that I want. So even if they're the main character in their own story, it's not going to change that I'm the main character in my own story. It's like how there's a million movies and like you can watch them at different times and it's not like one steals the other one's, you know, like life or main character-ish, main characterism, you know what I mean? So yeah, you have to just keep being the main character of your own story. Be your own, you have to be your own director. If you're rich, then good for you, go pay for it. I would, you know, if I was rich, I would be going to get like, and I am rich, I'm not saying I'm not rich, but I would like to admit that sometimes I am scared to do things, you know, and I'm trying to get how do I say it, I'm trying to stop doing that. But if you have money, go get your manicures, go get your pedicures, go get your massages, go get your skincare, go to the dermatologist, I don't know, dermatologist, go find clothes, go buy clothes, thrift store, Walmart, wherever, Louis Vuitton, you know, like go buy your clothes, buy some cute stuff that fits you well, comfortable, cute for you, you know what I mean? And become your main character. Because no one is going to come and do it for you. I know sometimes we wish that there was like a knight in shining armor to come save us, to come tell us, hey, do your makeup, hey, get ready, hey, get up, hey, look beautiful, hey, you know, get to work, post a video. And you know what, actually sometimes there is, like, the message is loud and clear. Sometimes someone will tell you something, or you'll see something on a video and it's like this sign from God, like telling you do it, you know, like when you see a random video of like makeup and that's like a problem area you have and you skip it because you're like, oh, I'll never learn, you know, that's a missed opportunity. Look at the video, try the technique. What if it was meant for you, you know? We never know what is meant for us or not. So yeah, I don't know. You have to listen to the universe, listen to the signs. Nothing's ever a coincidence. And sometimes the things that you don't want to listen to the most or hear the most are the things that you do need to hear. Yeah. So yeah, you have to just believe whatever it is that you want in life. If you want to be cool, you gotta believe you're cool. If you want to be beautiful, you have to believe you're beautiful and embody it little by little. Okay, it's gonna have to be like this kind of thing that you have to work every day for, and not work because it's not that hard, but you have to at least do one thing that makes a difference every single day, you know. And if you don't know what things you can do, ask me in the comments and I will help you, or look it up, you know. Do something. But like me, I have a vision board thing like that I made with my son. Well, I made it, he didn't want to make his own because he got bored, but I made mine, and it's crazy. Like, I thought it wasn't, like, I knew it would work kind of, but I kind of thought it was like writing, because I do a lot of writing, manifesting, and I feel like even though it does work, I do believe that the vision board thing is actually way better. I don't know why. Like, I don't know if it's the time that you're taking with every picture and you're like, oh, this picture is exactly what I want, you know, and you put it on the board. But little by little, things are actually happening. Like, and it's so crazy. Because I've done probably like, let's see, let me count. Well, I've done like 5 of the things that I put on my vision board that I was not doing before I made my vision board, and it's been done for like 1 month or 2. So that's a lot. That things that I've been wanting to do my whole life, and since I made my vision board, they started working, or they started happening more like, and it's crazy how I had like 3 magazines, and what those magazines had were like so crazy, because like on one of them, it was even my name on there. So I don't know, it's crazy. But yeah, make a vision board, do it, and put your whole heart to it. I was gonna say something else, but yeah, put your whole heart into it. Put your whole emotions, your intentions, your whole heart to it. You know what I mean? Your soul. And look at it every day. And it's just gonna start to coming, like it's just gonna start coming to life. But yeah, and I don't know, it's all real, guys. Like manifesting, aligning, high vibrations, it's all real. I know it seems like it's not, or like when people say it, maybe you guys think it's a joke, or like you guys view it but not, or like you guys believe it but you guys don't see it, but it is 100% real. The other day, and it's crazy, the other day there's like, or no, actually it's been like 2 days in a row. I don't know if I could, like, if this even matters to you guys, but like, okay, so like 2 days in a row, or no, not in a row, why am I saying in a row, but 2 times, I made a video that I was like, oh, well, this video, it's like cute, you know, but it, like, does it even mean anything to people? Like, is it me? Am I going crazy? Like, am I talking about crazy stuff that I'm like delusional about or something? And the craziest thing happened. I have like, I don't want to say her name because I don't know if I should, but I have this like favorite YouTuber, right? And she like teaches you a bunch of stuff, how to be feminine and all. I think a lot of you guys know who she is, who I'm talking about. But after I made my video, like a day later, that person, like my favorite YouTuber, she would post a video saying like very similar things to the things that I had said in my video, which I don't get a lot of views, sadly. Not yet, because I'm gonna keep going. Maybe it's not at the 10th video, maybe it's not at the 20th video, but maybe it's at the 30th video, okay? Maybe it's at the 40th video, but I'm gonna keep trying because I like doing this. I like teaching you guys as I learn, you know? Because sometimes as I speak, I start to see, or like if I give you guys like a homework to do or like an exercise to do, like I did in my first School of Love video, and I go through with the things that I told you guys to do, which I did, life actually, it's like actually working, you know what I mean? Like putting intention into my life is actually working. You can either live your life half-assed or you can do it right and see a crazy change, okay? You choose it. If you do it once, you're gonna understand what I'm trying to say, so do it once at least. But yeah, I don't know, I guess that's it. Let's align ourselves with who we are meant to be beautiful. Oh, and I guess I didn't even talk about Cleopatra or anything. Like I said, I was, but Cleopatra is probably one of my favorite persons because I don't know, I think she was so, like, I don't know, like her presence, or not her presence because obviously I never met her, but like her story, it like calls something in me, you know? Like everything she did, she like put her heart and soul into it, you know? If she wanted to learn, she would learn. She learned like a bunch of languages. I don't even know how many, but she learned a bunch of languages before she was like, I don't know how old. Like she was pretty young when she learned all those languages. And you might say, oh yeah, but she was rich, or oh yeah, but she had like the tools. We all do. We have YouTube, we have Google, we have everything for free. We could literally use it, you know, now more than ever. But yeah, she was like, she would put her soul into everything. when she would make like her little parties or like whatever they were called, I don't know what they were called, but she would like do this whole like thing, you know, where she would come in like this golden like chair with a bunch of like soldiers lifting her up. She would make people feel happy, as well as putting herself on a pedestal, as well as making herself as beautiful as she could. And they said that she wasn't even conventionally attractive, right? Like that she was not what a beautiful woman would look like. But she used her magic, her intention, her soul to become who she was. Like I heard she would use like little sound things, like little bracelets, so when she would walk, like people would hear her. She would use beautiful makeup that would like pop her eyes out. um she would use like this beautiful fabric and beautiful perfume, so when like she would walk past, like people would smell her, hear her, feel her, I mean not feel her, see her, you know, like almost all the senses except for touch. And even with the touch, she would wear like these silky fabrics that you would just want to touch, you know, like she would play with all your senses. um and not really play, but she would awaken them, you know. And she was like this sensual person who used her sexuality, her sensuality, in order to make the most powerful men fall in love with her at that time, you know. And she also used her logic. She would plan things perfectly. Like she wasn't just like, oh, I'm gonna do this and that's it, you know. Like one time she rolled into like in a carpet or this piece of fabric to, I don't know, I think Mark Anthony, um to his palace, because she wasn't allowed into that palace because it was her brother that kind of hated her at that time. So she had to kind of sneak in, and since she knew the whole palace, she just made like her men bring her in into like this carpet or fabric, and she like rolled out in front of Mark Anthony like this gift, you know. And he like instantly fell in love with her. Like what kind of woman, you know, like she wasn't scared, she wasn't like, oh, you know, like no, she freaking rolled out of a carpet for her man. So she did it all. Like she would do it with her heart, you know. And she knew exactly what she wanted and she would get it. And that's what you need to do. um Marilyn Monroe as well, she would use her femininity to make, and I think that also that with Marilyn Monroe, she didn't have like these evil or bad intentions, not evil I guess, but bad. Like she saw people as, how do I say it, like she didn't view people with bad intentions. It's like this time when she went to this jail and she basically like was in there, and like it's scary to be in front of a bunch of scary like men who have done horrible things. And she went in there, she made them feel like loved, seen, as well as by making herself loved and seen. Every day she would wake up and make herself wearing these beautiful dresses, making her beautiful hair, doing her beautiful makeup, learning how to use her eyes to seduce, you know, to look more beautiful every day. But she went in there and they loved her because she didn't like have this, she wasn't fearful of the men, she wasn't fearful of anything, she was just there as a person trying to make them happy, you know what I mean? But not in a weird way, but in a good way. And she did do that, you know. And who else? Aphrodite, I was saying, she also, she was the queen of love, beauty. She would, you know, like do everything with love, and she would do everything of course with intention. If you guys have done like Aphrodite spells or any spell at all, you would know that you have to do everything intentionally. And yeah, like I guess I know this one story where she with she alongside two other beautiful girls. I think it was like Athena and I don't know the other one. They were like in this contest where they were like asking this person like who is the most, I don't know, beautiful, or the most, you know, like, I don't know, the best goddess. And I guess one of them offered him like something, and then the other one, like one of them offered like power, the other one offered like money or girls, I don't remember. And Aphrodite, like she actually dug in deep into what the man wanted, and she knew he wanted love, because that's basically what we all want, you know. Whether you're addicted to watching girls, whether you're addicted to drugs, whether you're addicted to food, in reality all that we want is love. And if we're far, let me tell you this, if we're far from knowing who we are and being who we are, it's very hard to find the person you love. Because I think it goes tie and tie. To know who you are, when you know who you are, you will attract the person you love or is actually meant for you. Because I kind of do believe in soulmates. I know that's a very hot topic, but I believe that there's someone out there that is meant exactly for us, you know. And a lot of us, since we're so out of tune in our, like, of our own self or of our own body, it's hard to find that person. So we have to be happy within. We have to love ourselves first, know ourselves first, and I do believe that we will find love, because once you find the love in yourself, you find love like that belongs to you. So yeah. But anyway, the guy picked Aphrodite because of course he wanted the love of his life, and she won the contest by offering him the love of his life, you know what I mean? So yeah, and I think that's it. If you guys want to learn more, I will. I've been saying this in my other videos, but I do want to make a Cleopatra video of like just her whole life story. But I don't feel like I'm ready yet. Maybe one day I will be. I do love Cleopatra. I'm like obsessed with her. But yeah, and I think that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys watched it all, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm really getting like into this whole making video thing. I think it's pretty cute. Not cute, but like it makes me talk, and then it helps you learn. If you guys watch this, I'm gonna keep posting until it reaches people that it's supposed to reach. But I think that's it for now, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, like, subscribe. I'll keep posting more videos, and I'll see you guys next time. Love yourselves, and I love you, and I'll see you guys next time.